My sister tried to ruin my wedding by revealing my past, so I exposed her secrets instead. And the fallout was epic. I'm Ryan. I'm 32, a vet in Denver, and I spend my days patching up dogs, cats, sometimes an iguana or two. It's exhausting but good, you know? Keeps me grounded. 10 years ago, I was a mess, drinking too much, screwing up everything. I hit bottom, got sober, and clawed my way back. Now I've got a life I'm proud of, and I was about to marry Megan, who's, well, she's everything. But my sister Jessica almost tore it all apart. I'm still sorting out how I feel about what happened. Megan's 30, teaches 5th grade, and she's got this warmth that makes everyone feel safe. We met at a dog park 3 years ago. Her dog, Max, snatched my sandwich and we just started talking. It was easy, like we'd known each other forever. I proposed last year and she said yes, and I couldn't believe my luck. She knows about my past, the drinking, all of it. She doesn't care. She sees me for who I am now, and that's enough. My family, though, they're complicated. Jessica's 2 years older, works at a bank, and she's never liked me much. Growing up, she was Dad's favorite. Pretty, sharp, always knew how to play the room. I was the one stumbling home drunk, making Mom cry. Even now, sober and doing okay, Jessica still looks at me like I'm a failure. She'll say stuff like, "Don't screw this up, Ryan," with this little smile that makes my stomach twist. I try to let it go, but it's hard. Mom and Dad don't make it easier. Dad's 62, used to fix cars, and he's always got Jessica's back. "She's sensitive," he'll say, like I'm the one who's got to tiptoe around her. Mom's 60, stays home, and she just goes along with him. They love me, I guess, but it's like I'm still the kid who let them down. When I told them I was marrying Megan, they were happy, but Jessica, she barely looked at me during the announcement dinner. Made some snarky comment about my colorful history. Megan called her out, all polite, but Jessica just laughed it off. I should have seen it coming. My buddy Nick, he's 32, a physical therapist, and he's got my back. He warned me about Jessica. "She's got that look, man," he said, "like she's planning something." I didn't want to hear it. "She's just bitter," I told him. "She'll get over it." Nick shook his head, and now I wish I'd listened. I was so focused on keeping the peace for the wedding, I didn't see how far she'd go. About a month before the wedding, Jessica showed up at our place. Megan and I were sprawled on the couch, picking out who'd butcher the dance floor at the reception, laughing until we couldn't breathe. Then Jessica knocked, and the air shifted. She had this fake smile, handed us a bottle of cheap wine, and sat down like she was doing us a favor. "Congrats, you guys," she said, but her voice had an edge. I felt my shoulders tense. Megan offered her coffee, all kind, but Jessica just waved her off and started talking. Dinner was rough. Jessica kept bringing up my past, like it was her favorite story. "Hey, Ryan, remember when you totaled Dad's car?" she said, smirking. I could feel Megan stiffen next to me. "That was a long time ago," Megan said, calm but firm. Jessica just shrugged, like, "Sure, whatever." I wanted to snap, tell her to shut up, but I didn't. I just sat there, gripping my water glass, trying to keep it together. When she finally left, Megan hugged me tight. "She's jealous," she said. "Don't let her in your head," but I was already rattled. That night I got a text from Jessica. "Pay for my Hawaii trip, or I'll tell everyone at the wedding what a drunk you were. They should know who you really are." My hands shook reading it. Blackmail? For a vacation? I called her, pissed. "What's your deal?" I said. She laughed cold. "You're acting like Mr. Perfect. I'm just keeping it honest." I told her to back off, that she didn't scare me, but when she hung up I wasn't so sure. My heart was pounding, and I kept replaying her words. She wasn't joking. She wanted to ruin my wedding. Megan overheard me on the phone and got this fire in her eyes. "She's not touching our day," she said. I loved her for that, but I was scared. What was Jessica's problem? Why did she hate me this much? I didn't sleep that night, just stared at the ceiling, wondering if I'd done something to deserve this. The next morning, Dad called. "You upset Jessica," he said like I was the bad guy. "She's crying. Say you're sorry." I couldn't believe it. "She's blackmailing me, Dad," I said, my voice shaking. He brushed it off. "She's just teasing. Don't make a big deal out of it." Teasing? I felt like I was losing my mind. Mom texted later, "Please, Ryan, make things right with your sister. Family's everything." Family? Jessica was trying to tear mine apart. I met Nick for a beer and spilled everything. He leaned back, eyes wide. "She's lost it, man. She'll wreck your wedding if you don't do something." I nodded, but I felt stuck. Kicking her out would make Mom and Dad flip. Megan was calmer, said we'd figure it out together, but I could tell she was worried too. I kept thinking, what did I do to make Jessica hate me? Was it the drinking? Was it just me? I tried talking to her one more time at a coffee shop. I was nervous, fumbling my words. "Why do you hate me so much?" I asked. She looked at me, her eyes hard. "You don't deserve all this," she said. "The job, the fiancé, the perfect life. It's not fair." I just stared at her. Not fair? I'd worked my ass off to get here. I walked out, my head spinning. The wedding was weeks away, and I felt like I was walking into a trap. Jessica didn't let up. 2 weeks before the wedding, I started hearing from family. My cousin called. "Ryan, you hiding stuff about your past?" Hiding? I'd been open about my drinking, my recovery, but Jessica was talking to people saying I was unstable, that Megan deserved better. My stomach dropped. She was turning my own family against me. I drove to Mom's house, found Jessica there, sipping coffee like nothing was wrong. "What are you telling people?" I said, trying to keep my voice steady. She smirked. "Just the truth. You're a drunk playing pretend." I wanted to scream. "I've been sober for years," I said. "You know that." She just shrugged. "People talk. I can't stop them." Mom was in the room, looking at me with these sad eyes. "Ryan, don't fight," she said. "Jessica's just looking out for you." Looking out? I felt like I was choking. Megan was furious when I told her. "She's trying to break us," she said, her voice sharp. "We're not letting her." I leaned on her strength, but I was scared. What if Jessica's lies stuck? What if people believed her? My uncle texted me, "Heard you had some problems. You okay?" I wanted to throw my phone. Jessica was everywhere, and I couldn't escape her. Nick came over that night, sat me down. "She's out of control," he said. "You gotta push back." I didn't know how. Then he said, "I heard something from Sophie, Jessica's co-worker. She got in trouble at work. Money went missing." My heart skipped. "What kind of trouble?" I asked. Nick didn't know much, said I should talk to Sophie. So I did. Sophie's 35, works at Jessica's bank, and she was nervous when I called. "Jessica messed with some accounts last year," she said. "Took a few thousand from clients. The bank covered it up, but she's on thin ice." She had proof, emails, bank records. "Why tell me?" I asked. She sighed. "Jessica's a bully. I'm tired of protecting her." I thanked her, my mind racing. Jessica wasn't perfect. She had skeletons, too. I told Megan, and she got this look like a light bulb went off. "This is your way out, Ryan," she said. "She's playing dirty. You can, too." I wasn't sure. Exposing Jessica could blow up my family, but she was coming for my wedding, my life. I asked Sophie to send the proof. She did, with a warning. "Jessica's mean when she's cornered." I didn't care. I was done being her punching bag. Dad called the next day, yelling. "You're stressing Jessica out," he said. "She's just trying to help." "Help?" I almost laughed. "She's lying about me, Dad," I said. He didn't listen. Mom texted, "Don't ruin the wedding, Ryan, please." I deleted their messages. I was so tired of their excuses, Sophie's proof was airtight. Dates, amounts, Jessica's name. I saved it all, planning my next move. The wedding was days away, and I was terrified. Could I really do this? Call her out in front of everyone? What if it backfired? But Jessica thought she had me trapped. She didn't know I was ready to fight back. The wedding day was a blur. I was a nervous wreck, but Megan, she was radiant. Her dress, her smile, it was like she was holding me together. "We're good," she whispered before the ceremony. I nodded, but my stomach was in knots. Jessica's threat was all I could think about. I had Sophie's proof in my pocket, printed out, ready. If Jessica tried anything, I'd be ready too. The ceremony was beautiful. We said our vows, slipped on the rings, and the room cheered. I kept glancing at Jessica, sitting a few rows back, her face unreadable. Nick was up front with the groomsmen, giving me this look like, "You got this." Megan squeezed my hand, and for a second, I felt like we could handle anything. The reception was alive. Music, laughter, glasses clinking. Then the speeches started. Dad went first, talked up Megan but barely mentioned me. Mom rambled about family, like everything was fine. Then the MC called Jessica. My heart stopped. She stood up, all sparkly in her dress, smiling like she was about to drop a bomb. I knew what was coming. She took the mic, her voice sweet but sharp. "I'm so happy for Ryan and Megan," she said. "But I have to be honest, Ryan's had a rough past." The room got quiet. People shifted in their seats. "He was a drunk," she went on. "Crashed cars, hurt our family, made mistakes." I could hear gasps, whispers. Megan's hand tightened on mine. Jessica was loving it, her eyes locked on me. I stood up, my legs shaking but my voice steady. "Hang on, Jessica," I said, louder than I meant. "Let me talk." Her smile slipped. I took the mic, my heart hammering. "She's not wrong," I said. "I messed up years ago, drank too much, hurt people. But I got help. I've been sober for years. Megan knows. Most of you know. I'm not hiding anything." People nodded, some smiled. Jessica's face went tight. "But Jessica's got her own secrets," I said, pulling the papers from my pocket. "Last year she stole money from her bank. Thousands. Got caught, got suspended, but they kept it quiet." I held up the proof, emails, records. "Here it is. Dates, amounts, her name." The room exploded. Whispers, gasps, people leaning forward. Jessica went white. "That's not true," she yelled, reaching for the mic. Nick stepped in, calm but firm. "Sit down," he said. She didn't. Megan stood up next to me. "Jessica, you're done," she said, her voice cutting through the noise. "Leave." Jessica looked around, desperate, but people were staring, judging. She stammered, then bolted, her heels loud on the floor. Dad stood up, face red. "Ryan, how could you?" he shouted. Mom was crying, clinging to him. I looked at them, calm but so angry. "She tried to ruin my day," I said. I told the truth. They followed Jessica out, and the room was buzzing. I felt light, like I'd been carrying something heavy and finally let it go. Megan hugged me, whispering, "You were amazing." Nick slapped my shoulder, grinning. The DJ turned up the music, and people started dancing again, some coming up to me saying they were proud. My cousin yelled, "Finally, someone shut her up," and everyone laughed. The night turned into this wild, happy blur, and I danced with Megan until my feet hurt. That night, I blocked Jessica's number. Blocked Mom and Dad, too. I was done with their games. Megan and I fell asleep in each other's arms, and for the first time in weeks, I felt free. But I knew it wasn't over. Not really. Not. The next day, my phone was blowing up. Family, friends, everyone had questions. Did Jessica really steal? What happened? I didn't answer most of them. Megan and I were on our honeymoon in Hawaii, sitting by the ocean, trying to let it all go. "You okay?" she asked, her hand on mine. I nodded, but I wasn't sure. I felt good, but also guilty. Like maybe I'd gone too far? I didn't know. Nick texted me updates. Jessica emailed me, somehow getting past my block. You destroyed me, Ryan. I'm sorry, okay? Fix this. Fix it? After everything? I deleted it. Another one came. You're awful. I'll make you pay. I blocked her again. Sophie told Nick the bank fired Jessica after my speech. Clients were asking questions, and her cover-up fell apart. She lost her job, her place, everything. Part of me felt bad. But then I remembered her smirk, her threats. She'd brought this on herself. Mom and Dad were a mess. Dad left a voicemail. You humiliated us, Ryan. Make this right. Mom texted, Jessica's falling apart. How could you? I didn't answer. They'd always chosen her, excused her, and I was done trying to win them over. Megan was my family now. They made their choice, she said. We're okay without them. She was right, but it still hurt. Back in Denver, people were talking. A cousin posted online. Ryan's wedding was wild. Jessica had it coming. Most comments backed me, but some didn't. An aunt messaged, You shouldn't have done that, Ryan. Family's family. I didn't reply. Work kept me sane, saving animals, joking with clients. I got an award for helping shelters, and Megan teased me about being a hero. I laughed, but I didn't feel like one. Just a guy trying to move on. Jessica's life kept crumbling. Nick said she was bartending, barely getting by. Mom and Dad sold stuff to help her, and I felt a pang of something, pity maybe. But it faded. They'd backed her lies for years. I focused on my life, my clinic, my dogs, Megan. We bought a house, started talking about kids. It felt good, real. A year later, things were great. Megan and I celebrated our anniversary in our new place, eating pizza, laughing with our dogs. My clinic was doing well, and Megan's classroom got some award. Then a letter came from Jessica. Her handwriting was messy. I screwed up, Ryan. I was jealous. You had it all, and I didn't. I'm sorry. Can we talk? I read it over and over, feeling nothing. Sorry didn't undo what she did. I showed Megan, and she shrugged. Your call, she said. I didn't write back. Mom and Dad reached out, too, from new numbers. Mom was crying on the phone. We're sorry, Ryan. We didn't see Jessica clearly. Dad emailed, We miss you, son. Let's fix this. I didn't trust them, but I agreed to meet. Just them, no Jessica. At a park, they looked tired, older. Mom hugged me, sobbing. Dad said, We didn't know how bad she was. She's in therapy, working retail. I nodded, not sure what to feel. You picked her over me, I said. That's not okay. They didn't argue, just looked sad. I told them we could try again, but slow on my terms. I left, not sure if I meant it. Jessica's still out there, struggling from what Nick says. Mom and Dad help her, but they're stretched thin. I don't get involved. My life's good. My work, my wife, my dogs. The wedding's a story now, something we laugh about with Nick and Sophie over beers. You took her down, Sophie says, grinning. I smile, but it's not that simple. I didn't want to hurt her. I just wanted to protect what's mine. Looking back, I don't regret it, but it's messy. Jessica pushed me, and I pushed back. My parents learned something, I hope. I'm Ryan, just a guy who loves his wife, his job, his life, and I'm not letting anyone take that away.